Tell you what, you kicked it off last week. I'll kick off this week. How about that? So let's talk some basketball, man. Well, hold on. We got some crazy things going on for basketball. How about we start with the Wolves and the Mavs? Sound like a plan?
Hey man, a lot happened.
The Mavs. Wow. Okay, so here's the thing: is I honestly thought that this game was gonna be a replica of what we saw with the Celtics sweeping 4-0. Talk about a nail biter, man. Like, we got the Mavs coming in right behind the Celtics, like we just said. One of the best teams in the Western Conference. And we're sitting here looking at all this stuff like it hasn't been done. There's never been any two teams that sweep the last two teams in the conference finals to go into the NBA finals. It's never happened. I was actually really excited because I thought this was going to be the year we saw the Celtics and then we see the Mavs sweep two teams that go to the finals and then just have a dogfight of it. And fortunately for the Wolves, it didn't happen. So they have a chance to keep living. They end up winning last night, 105-100. We saw some amazing players. Obviously, there's some big guys we want to talk about. I'm going to talk about Anthony Edwards, right? Puts up 29 points. He's 11 of 25, 5 of 8 on the line, and he just propelled the Wolves into keeping this fight alive, right? And then obviously on the flip side of the screen, we got to talk about Luka. Everyone's got to talk about Luka. He put up 28 points, so just behind Anthony, and 7 of 21 on the perimeter, but he also was 10 of 12 on the free throw line. And it's just one of those things. And then you got the main man that everyone's talking about today, Cat, right? Towns, man. He's just clutch. He was the perimeter shooter for last night. 3 of the biggest clutch 3-point shots I've ever seen. 25 points, 4 or 5 on the 3-point line. Just a savage player, man. And I'm gonna leave it at that because I think I said enough. I'm gonna throw the ball in your court. D, what do you think, man?
Thank God Carl Anthony Towns actually showed up. The previous 3 games, MIA. But I'll give him this. He did what he needed to do to keep them in the series. Or at least force a game 5. Hopefully, who knows, maybe they force a game 6. And does what he does, scored like almost 30 points. But they needed everybody to contribute. Because the previous 3 games,
They really did.
And always does his thing. He's a superstar that we've already established. We think he's a top 3 player in this league.
100%.
Or at least top 5. Top 5.
I think the way the playoffs are shaping up now, and I don't mean to interrupt you. I think the way the playoffs are shaping up now, and we're down to the final 3 teams. And when we talked about this 2 weeks ago, we had 6 teams at the time. And I think the way that the playoff series is actually playing out is I 100%. Not only is he top 5, I actually will move him into top 3. Top 4 minimum. He could be potentially top 3, but I didn't mean to interrupt, man. So keep going, man.
But to be honest, watching the game, I don't remember where I was watching it. I think I was just at some bar. But watching the game, it looked like it was going to be a repeat of the last 3 games. It was going to be close, and in the last 3 minutes, the Mavs were somehow going to clutch it out. Didn't happen that way.
It did not.
Because Karl Anthony Towns actually
Cat went off.
Actually showed up. Yeah. He actually earned his money, his big-ass contract, right? But
millions on millions.
Millions on millions. But Game 5, who knows? I don't know who to take, honestly. Because I can definitely see Minnesota being juiced for Game 5, potentially the last game that they see their home team.
And that's, you make a perfectly good point. Last game potentially. They have to win this game. If they don't win this game, they don't move. They say sayonara, buy your ticket to Cabo, go get some pina coladas and some Mai Tais on the beach because the Mavs and the Celtics are going to the finals, right? So they have to win this game.
Yeah.
And it's crazy to see it because they've dominated so much in this playoff season. They've dominated. They sweep the Suns. They give the Nuggets a run for their money. Knock out the Nugs. Now they're playing the Mavs. They're down 3-1, right? And it's like they have to win this.
Let's take a step back. Whenever we looked at the Timberwolves and how they won the previous series, they did it because of their bench. They got
There's
plenty of contributions
100%.
from Jay McDaniels. He's hitting his threes. Karl Anthony Towns doing his thing. And Rudy Gobert, for whatever reason, is turning to Steph Curry at the free throw line. Every single time I see him shoot free throws, he's making his free throws. Who would have known that big man can actually shoot free throws?
And he's not. He's obviously not Shaq, because Shaq was one of the worst
Shaq
free throw
was
shooters ever.
I can shoot.
Sorry,
left-handed
Shaq, man.
better than Shaq.
I know. We've tweeted at you, man. Well, I know it's no disrespect.
Hey,
man.
when we're at 1 million subscribers, then I'm not actually worried if he's actually watching the pod.
That's a fair statement. That's a fair statement, dude. But no, I think overall, the Wolves, they absolutely have to win this. They don't have a choice. They either shut up and put up, or they walk away.